We are back with a brand new edition, of course. Can I just tell you, I'm late because I fucking panicked. I panicked, okay? When you're sending a large chunk of money to somebody, you might want to make sure you get the phone number correct through Zelle. I was like, oh my God. So thank you, Jesus, for quick customer service. Let me tell you that, because I went in whole ass panic mode. But manifested that reversal, baby. Okay. So anyway, now we're going to simmer down. Okay. What, Nadine? I want to rip your ass a fucking new one, by the way. Can I just tell you that, bitch? Let me just tell you that to start, Nadine. Okay? What up, Tyrese bestie? All right. So, what up, Eva? I didn't even introduce myself because I was in such panic mode for one hot little second. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else to work in your favor. So obviously I know that sounds good to you. Click that follow button, click that subscribe button wherever you're watching from. Yes, Nadine. I love how that's harassment and bullying. Yes, Nadine, I fucking read your WhatsApp. That's why I want to rip your ass a fucking new one. Okay. I saw it. Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I did. Okay. What part of don't react don't you fucking understand? We'll just talk about that. Okay. Let me check that out. Psycho, number one, Army girl. If you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one so you can figure out where you're going wrong and you can get it right, all links are in my bio or description. Again, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't even trip. I always post them on the tube of the U. So, and it cooperated yesterday. Yeah, I was up same day, bitch. Yes. So you could always catch the replay there and implement, what the hell I teach you, because I don't teach it for myself. I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. Have a thriving relationship, have an amazing relationship, because that's what this shit is all about. What up, Brandy girlfriend? Hey, real Miss Heather. Also, we have a friendly contest every day here on the TikTok. What up, James? And so if you repost this live or share this live, then we give away some amazing prizes. Okay. And, they're pretty good, actually, where you get a chance to work with me and my team. Okay. So yes. What up, Maricel? We talk mainly about SPs around here. If you don't like it, I don't give a shit. Scroll to the next live. If you do, stick around. You might learn something, the right way to manifest your SP back. Okay. If you have any questions regarding your SP, drop it in the comments below. I'm here to help you out. Okay. That's why I sacrificed 3 hours out of my day today. And I couldn't even go get my T-Mobile blanket today. Can we talk about that? Because it didn't even open till fucking 10. And I go live at 10. So one lucky coaching client is going to go with me to pick up my goddamn blanket. With as much as I pay in cell phone bills. I'm getting my blanket, bitch. So there's that. What up? It's manifest. Okay. Also, we're going to talk about a couple things, but let's address you, Nadine. Okay. So therefore I can save my breath in my WhatsApp text. Okay. I don't know what you're doing. You are psychoanalyzing his fucking, his post on social media. That's stupid. That is so stupid. Okay. You don't have to, K8. You don't have to. You can, because it still gets you to pop into their mind and gets them to contact you. Okay, so I would suggest doing it until you fucking get contact. What up, Elena? Okay, so Nadine, you need to knock the stupid shit off. You need to knock it off. Where you're thinking that he's making posts about you but you're looking at it in a negative light. Because I was very confused by the post you sent me. Because I was looking at it, I was like, well, okay, let's just say that was to you. Let's just say that was directed to you. I read that as a good post, quite frankly. Because it's something like a psycho. Then it was like, but ooh, yes, you are seeing your boyfriend tonight, Elena, and you're going to look hot as fuck, bitch. Yes. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm proud of you because you started referring to him as your boyfriend. I'm proud of you, bitch. Okay? Because that's what he is. Okay? What up, kitty cat? Okay, so you need to stop doing that. Do you understand, Nadine? Stop doing that. Because it was something about a psycho that it was like, but then he's bonded to the psycho for life or some shit like that. Right? And I was like, well, I think that's good. Then he's bonded to, I mean, if you want to think it's about you, well, then I guess he's bonded to you for life. See, that's how I flip things. I flip everything. Like, you guys will tell me things, and I'm like, I'm failing to realize what the problem fucking is. Like, what is the problem? Why do you have your panties in a fucking bunch? Over what? Because I'll find the silver lining in every fucking thing. You can shoot me with it. Okay? Shoot me with it. You can literally go ahead. That's right. He is your boyfriend, Elena. You can literally hit me with anything, and I'll point out the positive. No, that's not what he was saying. Like, people post quotes all the fucking time. It could have had nothing to do with him. He just liked the quote. And you're reading into it like, well, what does he mean by that? Is that about me? No, maybe that's about that bitch. Have you thought about that? Maybe it's about gutter trash. And she just liked it because she's psycho. What do you want me to say? Knock it off. Do you understand? Knock it off. And you're going against what you want. And that's what you have to realize. If you're going to go be a fucking investigator, then go be an investigator in your mind and be like, okay, let me go and investigate my thoughts in here. How about you investigate that shit instead? Instead of you investigating all the crap that isn't making you feel good and isn't helping you out. Why don't you go ahead and investigate that shit instead? Why don't you do that? Because you're wasting time, Nadine. You're wasting time by going on his shit and investigating what is he, and tearing apart his stuff. And then again, seeing who likes his shit. What part of that didn't you understand? What part of my challenge yesterday? You failed my challenge yesterday. I gave you 24 fucking hours. You couldn't even make it 12. Where I told you plan B is what? What did I say for plan B? To not react, to flip everything, to be positive. And you didn't do that. So you need to knock the shit off. And you're going to do it now. Or you're just not going to get your SP because you're going against everything we're doing. What is wrong with you? Huh? Don't give me some bullshit excuse either. Because it's excuses. My daughter doesn't even give me excuses. Why? Because I don't tolerate excuses. I don't. Get out of victim mentality and get out of it now. You're not a victim of shit, but your own mind. So instead, I would much rather look at the positive in everything. Why? Because what is the alternative? For you to feel like shit all day long? How's that helping you out? How's that working out for you? Because while you all are too busy up in your fucking feelings, being in victim mentality mode and whining, moaning, and groaning, the rest of us are out here getting our shit. I said it. Yes, I said it. Because that's like, look at the success stories, okay? People are getting text message. Oh my God, I just manifested a phone call. All that shit. Come on now. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult if you would discipline yourselves. Discipline your mind. Because like I said, I didn't give anything another option because we'll take SP out of it for one hot second, take SP out of it. You think I'm going to walk around being a victim of shit and shitting on myself all day long and assigning negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning? No, I'm not going to do that. Because for what purpose? Why would I do that shit? For what? Because if I took SP out of it, what's the alternative? I don't want to sit there and walk around feeling like shit all day long, feeling sad all day long. Why the hell would I want to feel that way? I don't. So I'm not going to sit there and give anything another fucking option Because I'm not going to sit there and feel like shit all day long and cry all day and do all that. Because that ain't going to get me my stuff. So I may as well assign pause and meaning to everything and look at the silver lining in everything. So therefore, I feel fantastic. I get my shit. And I'm told every single day exactly what I want to hear. Because that's what I say. He always tells me everything I want to hear. I told you guys, now I'm saying everyone tells me everything I want to hear. Everyone always tells me what I want to hear. Because what's the alternative? That everyone starts to tell me what I want to fucking hear? That's why for me, a lot of the things you struggle with were not an option for me. It like never crossed my mind. It was not an option. Not at all. I sit there and think that he doesn't want to talk to me. Are you insane? Nope. Absolutely not. You think I'm going to sit there and fantasize about how happy he is with gutter trash? No, absolutely fucking not. You think I'm going to sit there and just think about how he's moving on and wants nothing to do with me and he just doesn't want to talk to me and he's just ghosting me? Do you think that's what I'm going to sit there and think? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But because I didn't do that, I got my shit and I got it quickly. Because I'm not going to sit there and give anything another option to get in. I'm not going to think against it. And if that little thought comes in, I'll kick it out all day long. And I will flip it and flip it and flip it and flip it and flip it. And I'm going to keep doing that shit over and over and over again. So I can get my stuff. So I can get what I want. Aren't you tired of going to sleep alone? Aren't you tired of crying? Aren't you tired of feeling lonely? Aren't you tired of not being with the person that you love? So if you're tired of that, then get a grip. Get a fucking grip. Because I was tired of all that shit. So I got a grip. And I controlled my thoughts. I didn't have to try. This was not a task. This was not exhausting to me. I hear that a lot. That shit's fucking annoying. It's exhausting. What's exhausting? Thinking what you want, is that exhausting to you? Because either way it goes, you're thinking. You know what's exhausting to me? Thinking about all the things I don't have, thinking about how my life sucks, thinking about how I fucking don't have the one that I love, thinking about all that shit. Yeah, that's exhausting to me. That's exhausting. But thinking about what I want and focusing my attention on that, that's not exhausting to me. This is not a fucking job. So you all need to get a grip. You need to get a grip now. And be like, no, fuck that. I'm over this shit. Because here's the thing. It wouldn't be exhausting if you would get your shit. Because if you got it and you're with your SP now, guess what you wouldn't have to be doing? Trying. You could enjoy your relationship. Relationships are supposed to be enjoyable. And I continue to get what I want over and over and over again. Because that's my mentality. I get what I want. I get it when I want it. And because of that, this is what I want, and this is what I'm going to have. And I'm going to control my thoughts. Because again, this is not just SP related. This isn't anything you want to manifest. This is money, all the things. You're thinking against it all the time. So you may as well get a grip and start checking your thoughts. Anytime scarcity of money comes up, be like, nope, I'm freaking rich. I have plenty of money. I always have plenty of money. The time, the thoughts, and this is like, because you're thinking about all these things all the time. You have to understand that. Every time you open up that bank account, why are you checking your bank account? Because you want to make sure you have money in there. Okay? That's a scarcity mindset. I'm not saying don't check your bank account. But what I'm saying is there's a thought process that leads up to checking your bank account. What's that thought? And then when you open up that bank account, what thoughts are you having then? Because you're thinking. You may as well control it and get what you want. So you not only have your SP that you're manifesting, but you're also manifesting money, career success, freaking all the things, an appearance change, whatever the fuck you want. Whatever you want. Seriously. Seriously. Because all you guys do is fucking whine about what you don't have when you could take that same effort and focus on what you want instead. Because there's no more effort required. And that's what you guys don't get. That's why when people say, it's exhausting, I'm tired. Tired of what? You know what I'm tired of? Not having what I want. That's what I'm tired of. It's not exhausting to focus your attention because you're thinking against it anyway. You may as well think about what you want instead. You process 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. So what are you thinking about all day long? Because that's exhausting. No more effort required for you to think about what you want instead. Contemplate that while I get to some questions. It's my little lecture to you in the current moment. I'm sure there will be another one though. Can I say the SP revision with my rampage? I do inner conversations and the 4 affirmations you gave me. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely. You should. You should. Because they will start to conform to the things in your rampage. Okay? That will help you conform, that they will start to conform to that. They will start to repeat your affirmations back to you as well. They'll start to do all that shit. And so that's the fun part. Do I need to rampage about my boyfriend anymore? No, because I'm with him. But did I? 1,000 fucking %. 1,000%. Okay? So I have a new rampage I'm putting together today. Yes. I have a new rampage I'm putting together today for something else I want. Because I want it and I'm going to have it. Have you been paying attention? I get what I want. And I get it when I want it. Period. And it's all working out even better than I expected. I used to always tell myself that. It's all working out even better than I expected. And therefore it does. Because I don't just tell you guys to do one thing and I do the fucking opposite. That's stupid. That's so dumb. Okay? No, I tell you what to do because that's what I do. I always find the leverage. And today, because I listen to listen. And today I found leverage for something. And so, it's all working out even better than I expected. Yes. Because I'm always listening, right? I'm always listening. And then I know certain things. And I'm like, oh, there we go. That's the leverage. I'm going to use that. That's why I panicked earlier. It was not a panic. It was just a, oh, shit. Jen, you should probably read before you send. You know? And so I was like, but thank God, customer service was on that shit. They're like, your wait time is less than 5 minutes. I'm like, well, it better be less than a minute because time is of the essence. Sure enough, picked right up. And I was like, no, this can all be fixed. Even though they say it cannot be reversed. I was like, absolutely not. It can be reversed. Now I know how to reverse it. And so, because she showed me on the share screen. And so I was like, well, there we go. There we go. Manifested that shit. Because what I tell you guys, I don't settle for anything less. If I don't want to hear something or I don't like something, reject. So when they say it couldn't be reversed because you have to click that, you have to actually click that shit and agree that it can't be reversed. Well, odd, how funny that it can be reversed. Because that's what I do around here. That's what I do around here. I will, Jackie, I will. I put my robotic affirmations and flipped script to AI music. The songs are great. Hey, you know, MKD made us a song. It's going to be my new into when I get around to recording my YouTube videos. I should do that shit. I need to do it. I'm going to do it this week, record some YouTube videos. Oh, that's probably a lie. I'm going to do it by this weekend, record some YouTube videos. But MKD made a dope ass song. And so I'm going to use that as my intro and outro. Part of it. It's a dope song using AI. Hell yeah. I'm down for the cause. I'm down for the cause. Yes, Nadine. Do you see how you can turn that shit around? Huh? Do you see how you can turn it around? Okay, right. Maybe it was talking to gutter trash. Right. That's immediately how I would have looked at it. Because why in the fuck would I want to look at it like he's talking to me? The only time he's talking to me is he's not a social media guy, but if he was, the only time he'd be talking to me is if it's some kind of fucking love post. If it ain't that, he ain't talking to me. That's why I tell you guys, the best thing you could do is stay the hell off of social media. Stay off of their accounts because it doesn't help you. Thanks, I'm Kitty Girlfriend. It doesn't help you at all. It gets you all messed up in your mind. But your mind is what's pushing things out. So why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that when you can get all the confirmation you need, period? Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Jackie. You can get all the confirmation you need, period, if you grow up and discipline your mind. You would never have to see confirmation. I would have never had to go on my boyfriend's Instagram if he was active on there. For what? When I can get confirmation, when I can get verbal confirmation from him. Why would I need to go and investigate? You guys screw up your minds when you do that. You understand that, right? Check your thought. Check your thought before you click on their social media. Like, pay attention to it. What are you thinking about before you even click on their social media? Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Okay, because when you click on it, I'm telling you, when you click on it, you're thinking about something. And it's probably not a good thing. Which is why you're clicking on their social fucking media. Who gives a shit what they're doing? Because what you're telling yourself is that you don't know what they're doing. Thanks, Sub. Welcome to the family. You will love it here. I will answer your questions and coach you, and I will also kick your ass if you get out of line. Okay. Good, kitty cat cats. Yes. I did not see your message yet, but you're excited for later. Good, right? Been staying in the right state all day. Yes. Yes. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. You wouldn't need to check their social media if you were with them, would you? I hope not. Why would you do that? Right? I don't need to see what my boyfriend's having for dinner. I know what he's having for fucking dinner. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to see where he's going. I know where he's going. See what I'm saying? You're checking their social media because you don't know any of that shit. Because you don't know any of that. And so if you would, stop all that, why don't you challenge yourself with that? Why don't you, if you can't get off their social media profiles, why don't you challenge yourself to not go on it for the rest of the week? Take one day at a time. Don't go on it for the rest of the week. Because you wouldn't need to if you knew what they were doing. Missing you, obsessing over you, wanting to be with you. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Hold on while I respond to this text. It's urgent. It's urgent. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I almost said days. Okay. Now we're back. All right. So do you understand what I'm saying? So you wouldn't need to check if you knew. So instead of checking their social media, challenge yourself to take a week off of social media. I'm not going to go on social media. If I do, it's on my own goddamn page. Okay. My own profile. is what I'll go on, but I don't need to go on their social media because we're together. Like we're getting in a relationship. Like we're getting back together right now. So I don't need to go on their social media because in my mind, I'm going to tell myself exactly what the fuck he did today. I'm also going to tell myself exactly what the hell he ate today. Whatever reason you're going on their social media, because what else do people post on there? Let's be frank. Okay. So it's like, I'm not going to go because in here, I'm going to narrate his day. So I don't need to check anything. I'm just going to, Nadine, I'm just going to narrate his day. Let me tell myself what the fuck he did today instead. Why don't you do that? That's my challenge to you guys. If you go on their social media, take the week off, one day at a time, and narrate their day. That, you know, how you guys had an amazing fucking evening and we cooked dinner together and like literally I had the best night ever. Like we watched movies together. Yes. And we're planning on going on a date this weekend where we're going to go to, you know, whatever, the farmer's market together, whatever you guys would do together anyway. We're going to go hiking this weekend, this, that, and the fucking third. So I don't need to check his social media because I already know what he did today. In here. How about that? Try that. Try that out. That's my challenge for you guys today. Jen, I have another update for you. Can you please check my DM today? Yes, I will. I'm loving updates. I love updates. Good updates. What I don't love is when you guys are like, still nothing, still nothing, still nothing, still nothing. How do you know? How do you know that they're not thinking about right now? How do you know you're saying still nothing, still nothing, still haven't heard from him? Whine. How the fuck do you know that right now they're not thinking about you? How do you, because I tell you, you're always in contact. So how do you know? How do you know that they're not thinking right now about how they want to get back together with you? How do you know that? Are you a fortune teller like I am? Because if you were a fortune teller like I am, if you did have psychic abilities like I do, then you would know that that's exactly what they're doing. I'm not saying justify why they're not contacting you. That's not what I'm saying. In the 3D, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that you are in control. So the more you keep saying, nothing is happening, either way it goes, you're fucking right. What part of this don't you understand? Huh? Second little rant. Could you give me a few effective inner thoughts towards SP and gutter trash and even for myself? Yeah, sure, Anna. So literally, when it comes to gutter trash, remember tonality is important in conversations. So sometimes I'll say things out loud if I'm alone, obviously, but I used to say things out loud because I could add to the tonality. Okay. So I would say only for inner thoughts towards SP and gutter trash is I would literally just tell myself, like, no. I didn't have to tell myself she was crazy because I knew she was crazy. Most of you guys know this about about gutter trash. But you could be like, but I would leverage neighbors, right? That knew her or knew of the situation. I'd be like, yeah, she's fucking crazy. Right. So yeah, you could be like, yeah, she's fucking crazy. He hates her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. Literally it. Then you can randomly throw things out, right? You can randomly throw things out there. Like he's having the most miserable fucking, like I would do this. He's having the most miserable fucking night of his life right now. That's exactly how I would say it. The laugh and everything. Because it's tonality. It's tonality. And when I would say that to myself, guess exactly what he would have. The most miserable night of his life. Thanks, Twan. Okay. They would have the most miserable time of his life. Yeah, because I fucking said so. Because I said so. Okay, that would be the inner conversations that I would have. I'd be like, yeah, they're fucking arguing right now. I know they are. Sorry, honey. Like, literally, that's what I would tell myself. Like, little stupid shit like that. Yeah, he fucking hates her. He literally fucking hates her. Like, yeah. Which is why I tell you that you don't have to worry about what's going on. And I would remind myself that I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So I don't need to question anything. Right? Because I don't. Because you guys don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Okay? They're not going to put a picture on social media of them arguing, are they? No, they're not. Because that's social media is not real. So they're not going to do that. Instead, it's going on behind the scenes. It's going on behind the scenes. And when you come back in contact with your SP or you're in contact, it's all confirmed. It's all confirmed that what you didn't know was happening because you can't see anything. It was all happening behind the scenes. Yeah, because things were coming out and I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like things like that where I was like, damn, I had no idea that things were going on behind the scenes because I couldn't see it, but it was playing out the entire time. Okay. So there's that part. And then when it comes to you and thanks, Twan. Then when it comes to you and SP, then you would say certain things like, it could be all kinds, it could be different. It would be based on your scenario. So if you're not in contact, it would be all about contact. How we talk all day, every fucking day. Like literally, he calls me all the time. We talked for like 3 hours on the phone last night. It was amazing, right? However you would talk to your bestie, because your subconscious mind is your inner bestie, right? So how would you talk to your bestie? It's just natural like that. Okay. And then you could, the three that I think work, well, I've proven them to work very fast. When your SP says completely the opposite or anything is you remind yourself of things that he said to you, right? Positive only. What are things that he said to you about how he feels about you or the things that he loves about your relationship? Even if he said that shit 5 years ago, I don't care. You would remind yourself of things that he said to you. And if you could hear his voice, great. If you can't, not a big deal. You just tell yourself what he has said to you. Like, I would replay conversations in my mind. I'm not a big hearing of people's voices like that necessarily. I can, but I would just remind myself of what he said, the positive things, right? And then I would say that's inner conversation number 2. And then I would say things like the ones that I've proven to work very fast is I know these are all umbrella affirmations, if you will, but in an inner conversation. So it'd be like, I know exactly how he feels about me. I know exactly how he feels about me. I know he wants a relationship with me. I know he does. I know this for a fact. Okay. And he's going to tell me everything I want to hear. He always tells me everything I want to hear. Okay. Things like that are inner conversations because you're having them anyway. So you have to watch what you're saying to yourself because while you keep acknowledging no movement, guess what you're not going to see in the 3D movement? Why? Because you keep acknowledging that you're not getting any movement. That you're not, because that's an inner conversation. You have to understand is you're having random inner conversations all the time. Okay. So you'll be affirming and you'll do your inner conversations, right? And all that stuff. And then right before you go to bed, you're sitting there getting ready to lay down. You're like, he still hasn't texted me yet. That's an inner conversation. It's not working. It's not working. He hasn't texted me back yet. He still hasn't texted me. That's an inner conversation. Okay. So it's like when you're acknowledging the lack of movement in the 3D, that is an inner conversation you're having that goes against what you're doing throughout the day. But you're not flipping it. Okay, that's the problem, which is why you continue to not see movement because you're continuing to acknowledge no movement and you're not telling yourself the opposite. You can't do that. You can't do that. I didn't do that on one time. I affirmed, had inner conversations, and did my rampage every day It did not freaking matter. It did not matter if I did not get a text that day when I was first starting out. I still kept going. I didn't even check my fucking phone. I went on my phone when I needed to, but I just kept going. I kept going. I kept going. I kept going. And then boom, text. Boom, another text. Boom, another text. Boom, phone call. That's how that works. That's how that works. Because I didn't think the opposite. I wasn't acknowledging no movement in the 3D because, like I said, I curated my entire fucking day. Yeah. Good. Good. EMS. Mama Gooks. Good, good, good. You will love it here because I try to educate you and help you understand that you're overcomplicating the process. It's very simple. It's very simple to learn to stay focused on what you want. And everything was nothing but positive meaning. Positive meaning, positive meaning, positive meaning, positive meaning, positive meaning, positive meaning. That man checked me out every day. Every day. He was looking at me. Like I said, he could have not. Look at that auntie. Look at that. Lost the keys. And told him, I told myself I will find it, and actually some friends found them and wrote me. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Good. That's a perfect example of flipping the thought, right? Because when things are lost, they're lost. Which is why I'm okay with people keeping their own assumptions if it benefits me. Because people say lost often. And I'm like, that's right. Because what's one thing that you don't get back? Things you lose. That's right, bitch. But proud for you. Snaps for Auntie. That's right. Being in victim mentality does not help everyone. I like that, Flashy. Excuses are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Thanks, user 1035. You're pretty amazing too. I've been knowing SP and I are still together. He loves me, but still no movement. I don't know what to do, and I don't know what more to do. Okay. So, this is the problem, okay, Okay, so this is a big problem when people live in the end of SPNR are still together. SPNR together, right? Because you're still identifying the no movement part, which tells me which tells me everything I need to know. You're not actually living in the knowing that you and SP are still together. You're not. Okay, and that's fine. And that's fine. Because it's very hard for people to do. It's very hard. It takes a whole nother level of delusion for you to live in the knowing that you guys are still together. Okay. He loves you. Sure. Sure. People love people and never get back together with them. Never. Right? They'll be like, I will always love you, but what the fuck does that mean? You know, you love your dog, but you ain't trying to marry him. You know what I mean? I love my friends, but I ain't trying to date them. Okay. You love your family, but you ain't trying to date them. Right. So you got to remember that love is not strong enough. Love is not a strong enough knowing. It's cool that you know he loves you, and which means that he does know you, which means he does love you. Okay. But that doesn't put movement into the 3D. Okay. That doesn't put movement into the 3D. So if you're ever going to tell yourself that he loves you, it needs to be backed by an action. So it'd be like, so when I was saying it, I was like, he's so in love with me, he wants to live with me. Okay. So it was backed with an action. It was backed with movement. So if you're going to say, he loves you and he shows me that every single day. Okay. That's backed by movement. Okay. It's backed with an action. Okay. So that's what I would tell myself is I know he loves me and he shows me that every fucking day. Okay. Because now you're encouraging it to push out into the 3D, because how the hell is this man going to show you he loves you every day? Right. Now, the key is when he does things like your social media posts, like your stuff, that's exactly what that fucking means. Yes, he absolutely loves me. Look at him showing me he loves me today. Okay. All of that stuff. Okay, remind the kings how gutter trash plays their part again. Okay, so gutter trash always plays their part perfectly because, like you did, like everybody else does, they force the 3D to save their relationship. When things get rocky, they try to force a 3D. It can actually, when it comes to, okay, let me rewind a little bit, because when it comes to men and gutter trash, right? Like the kings and gutter trash, it's actually, it goes one out of two ways. Okay. Because you're talking about another man now. So it goes one out of two ways. Okay. Male gutter trash can either force the 3D, which pushes SP further away, or ghost them altogether. And just take a look at all the ladies here. By a show of hands, how many of you, and you're not going to say that you're ghosted, how many of you went no contact, right? That's typically what happens. So when it comes to men gutter trash, they go no contact. They're the ones that initiate the no contact. Oftentimes, most times, they're the ones that initiate it. Just look at all the ladies here. See what I'm saying? So that works to your benefit. It works to your benefit because all you have to do is create the wedge. And then the second, what do men do? They go no contact. Perfect. So she'll mourn a little bit, but you're focusing on you and SP, and she'll come right back on home. Yeah. She'll come right back on home. See, when it comes to the kings, you guys play a different part, okay? It actually should. This is why I'm going to work with you kings separately, because it's understanding. It's a little bit different than it is working with the queens, okay? So that's why I'm going to have a private, for all, in case you guys don't know, this is only for the kings, by the way, because it's a bit of a different strategy I'm going to give them than it is for the queens. And so I'm doing this is only if you're in my WhatsApp community, is I'm going to jump on a Zoom with my kings. And I'm going to give them a little bit of a pep talk and a little bit of a different strategy because they're manifesting back queens, right? And so it's different than queens manifesting a king. It's a slightly different strategy. I mean, the things I tell you work regardless of if you're a man or a woman, okay? It doesn't matter. But there's a slightly different strategy when it comes to, it's like, not a strategy, it's the wrong word. There's a slightly different way to leverage what you know about women, okay, in general. So we're going to leverage I'm going to help the kings leverage what they know about women in general. Because everything's leverage, guys. Everything's leverage. So I'm going to teach them how to leverage the women. No, Tyrese. No, it does not. You definitely can join for sure because you'll get benefit from it. So that doesn't matter. Your situation will matter. It still will work regardless. Okay, what I told you still works regardless. But definitely jump on it because it puts things as a man. It puts things in a slightly different perspective, and then I teach you how to leverage from a man's perspective instead of female perspective, right? And so therefore, but you got to be in my WhatsApp community to get that. And then, and if you can't make it on the live, then I will I'll post the replay in the King's WhatsApp. Okay, but it is only for the fellas because we're gonna leverage differently. Because I like to think I'm very clever. So I'm already coming up with some things. I've got I've got my paper over here. I'm coming up with some things. Yeah. For them to help them out. Yeah. But I feel like that training for you guys is going to speed things up. So James, hopefully you're on it too. But that I feel like that training is going to speed things up or that like event, the thing we're doing is going to speed things up for you guys when you understand and you come from a different perspective. Because the ladies all want their man back. Oh, sorry, I got so off base when it came to K8. My bad. My bad, girl. Okay, so this is why I say you should manifest back in steps, okay? Because it's not realistic, and I don't give unrealistic advice here. I don't. It has to make sense to you. So the whole just live in the end and just decide that you're in a relationship when there's no contact. The fuck are you talking about? It takes a next level of delusion for that to work. Okay. Because here's the thing. Until you really step into the knowing, like you are absolutely convinced, you are not reacting to the 3D, you are not checking shit because there's nothing to check because we're together. Right. And you're really in the knowing, you won't see movement until you get into the knowing. Okay. Then you'll see movement, but there will be no movement until you get into that, until you actually firmly believe it. Like you firmly believe it. Like if you were to call your mom right now and be like, me and my man are back together. And your mom is like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, you're not. You don't even believe her. That's the knowing. That's the level of knowing that you'd have to be in, where you wouldn't even believe them. You'd be like, what are you talking about? Yeah, we are. Like you wouldn't believe them. And so I know that that's not where you're at. So I would suggest you manifest them back in steps because you're going to see the movement quicker, because that's what this is about. So that's what I would recommend for you, because you will start to see the movement in bits and pieces. So it will start to speed up once you're back in contact. Now it starts to speed up because it's a lot easier for you to know the next step and then for you to know the next step and to step into that knowing. And then it speeds right on up. It speeds right on up. This is why I was able to, it took me like a week to get contact, but then everything else sped way up real fast because it's a whole lot easier for you to believe that you're going to see each other because you're in contact. Why the fuck wouldn't you? Right? And then it's a whole lot easier it should be a lot easier for you to believe you're in a relationship, even without them confirming relationship, right? Because you go off their actions. And it's like, okay, well, if I was to put duct tape on your fucking mouth, what is this showing? What the hell is this then? It's a relationship. We're going on dates. We're having sexy time. We're spending a lot of time together. What the fuck would you call this? We're cooking dinner together. You're bringing me dinner. What would you define this as? You're buying me flowers. What would you define this as? Relationship. Okay, yes, that's exactly what the fuck this is. Yeah. Because that was my inner conversations is like, yeah, we're totally back together. Yep. And therefore we were. And therefore he confirmed without me needing to say anything. You guys understand that the most talking I do is with you bitches. On my live, on my coaching calls, on phone calls. That's the most talking I do. Unless I'm talking about actually I had a great phone call this morning. So that's the most talking I fucking do. When everything else, because I love to get confirmation myself. I don't need to ask a goddamn question. I know who the fuck I am. And that's my task to you guys. I told you guys, you need to start knowing who the fuck you are. You need to start knowing that you're an amazing girlfriend, that you're an amazing boyfriend, an amazing wife, amazing husband. Rave about your ass. Your ego is your best friend. Your ego is your fucking amigo. Rave about your ass. Have an inflated ego. I think having an inflated ego is an amazing thing because people wouldn't walk around town letting people fucking tell them about themselves if everyone had an amazing inflated ego. Yeah. You imagine how different this world would be if everybody thought they were the shit. Because you should. Why wouldn't you? What's the alternative? To think I got fucking self-confidence problems and I got a poor self-concept? You got me fucked up if you think I'm going to think that way about myself. That's not happening. That's not happening. No. I'm that bitch. And I'm going to keep saying it. And I'll keep saying it. I can keep saying it. I'm that bitch. I know exactly what kind of woman I am. I know exactly what kind of woman I am. I know what kind of person I am. So when people try to attack my character, do you think I give two shits about what they say? Do you think I cry and shed a single tear about what anyone wants to say about me? Not a chance. Not a chance. Why? Because I'm like, well, clearly you're a shallow bitch. That's cool. Because the only reason you feel like you need to tear me down or you need to talk about me is because clearly you see something in me that you don't see in yourself. Sorry. You should work on that. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I don't need to talk about people that are irrelevant in my life at all. For what? For what? Because people will try to come for you. They try to come for you. You see it all the time when they come on here. They'll try to come for me. Do you think I give two shits? Nope. Do you think I think about it again? Nope. Not for one hot second. And because of that, everybody thinks I'm a great person because I am. I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I do for people. I care about people. I care about each and every one of you. 1,000%. Don't believe me? Ask my team. They'll tell you. I have plenty of conversations with people from my team about how much I care about you guys. I do. Do I need to make a PSA about it? No. No. I don't. But I know who I am. That's why my feelings get hurt sometimes. So, oh well, pick yourself up. Move the fuck on. Fine, listen to you guys. You guys need to know who the fuck you are. Period. And you should know that you're the baddest bitch to walk this earth. Baddest bitch to walk this earth. Baddest dude to walk this earth. You are God's gift to society. Yeah. You're God's gift to men and women. Whatever. You're in demand. Like, I'm in demand. The fuck? You don't think I can go get another man? Yes, I can. Do I want one? No. I have the perfect boyfriend, so I don't need another man. But that's my mentality. It always has been. It needs to be your mentality because they will see that in you. Their family will see that in you. Everybody will see that in you. No verbalization needed. You think I need to tell a goddamn person in my boyfriend's family that I'm an amazing woman? No. They all know that. Care to know how? Because my boyfriend knows that. What up, me, my bestie? Okay? So work on yourself. Toot your own horn. Toot, toot. Let people be like, you're conceited. Be like, hey, you're damn right. Thank you very much for pointing that shit out. You got an inflated ego. You're damn right. Thank you so much. You want some of my confidence? Because I got plenty of it. You want some? Let me just give you a little bit of confidence. Let's sprinkle a little confidence on your ass. How about that? That's what I said. You guys, you should not have a problem with this. You should not have a problem with this because at one point in time, your SP was attracted to you. They still are. Okay? You were with your SP. So where you guys feel like you're not chosen, to me is, I don't know who's spreading that shit on the internet, but they need to knock that stupid shit off. Getting you guys to think you're not chosen, huh? What are you talking about? First of all, your SP's already chose you. We'll just start there with the obvious. Okay? So how do you feel like you're not chosen? Plus, for most of you, this isn't your first relationship, is it? So how do you feel like you're not chosen? You have a job? Is this your only job? You've only had one job in your entire life? So you outbeat hundreds of applicants for every single job that you've ever had. How do you feel like you're not chosen? Let him be jealous. Whoever just sent me that message, let him be jealous. How do I deal with jealous people? I'll give them a show. I'm petty as fuck. I'm petty as fuck. And I own that shit. I own it. But because I'm petty, I find ways to leverage everything because I'm petty and I play to win. Always. In anything I do. Why do you think when I did track and field, I did the 100-yard dash and the relay? Because I play to win and I got that shit. Like, I'm a quick, short pace runner. Now, I would have never been like, yes, let me run the mile. We would have lost all day. I'd have been the only one in track and field walking half of the mile. I'm the only one. Well, in middle school, I pretended to pass out on the track just so I didn't have to run the mile. But I do. So how do you deal with jealous people? Yeah. Give them a show. Let them be jealous. Fuck that. What is that? Haters make you famous? Right? Jealous people keep you top of mind. Obviously, you're doing something right because that's why people are jealous of your ass. So, what am I going to do? Kill them with kindness. Unless they come for me. If they come for me, well, again, I'm petty as fuck. So I'll play on insecurities all day long. All day long. And I'll give two shits. Why? Because I wasn't coming for you. I wasn't coming for you. I didn't have shit to say to you. But you came for me. So if you want to come for me, I play to win. What part of this is unclear? So I'll play on your insecurity all day long. Do you think I care? No. You think I shed a tear? No. But you know what I do is laugh. Checkmate, bitch. Don't come for me again. Because I'm over here minding my own goddamn business. I'm living my life. I'm minding my own business. I'm staying in my own lane. So if you're going to come and want to get into my lane, well then, the gloves come off. What you got? What you got? Because see, you can point out whatever you want about me, but I'm a confident bitch, so I don't really give a shit. If you want to view it as an insecurity, I really don't care. If you think I have insecurities, I don't, because I'd have to see that within myself. So you may think I have flaws. I don't. So whatever you have to say is not going to bother me one hot little second. But what I have to say to you is going to bother you. And maybe you'll learn to zip it, lock it, put it in your fucking pocket. Maybe you'll learn how to do that. Just saying. I'm just going to throw that out there. Yeah, you do, best creator. Yeah, I mean, you guys have been chosen 55,000 fucking times. Oh man, I like Major Pain. So there's no reason you should not feel chosen. You were chosen by your SP. You were chosen by all your exes. You were chosen for every job that you've ever had. You were chosen for, if you went to college, yeah, you were chosen, you were outbeat thousands of applicants for that college. Where is the part that you don't feel chosen? So someone keep coming up with that shit. Someone keeps talking about it, because I've never heard I don't feel chosen in all my life. More than I have in the law office and more than I have in the manifestation community. But that's only because someone's talking about that stupid shit. And then second of all, it's because you guys are digging for blocks. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Where you're like, well, there's something must be wrong with me. So let me go digging. Oh, you know what? I've never felt chosen. I've never felt worthy. Huh? What are you talking about? No, you're trying to justify. That's an excuse. A justification is a glorified term for a fucking excuse. You're trying to make excuses for why you don't have your shit. I'm broken. I've got all these self-concept problems. Okay, cool. So you have self-concept problems, and this is where you need to look at, this is why the whole, like, you need to work on self-concept is a fucking joke. Okay. You have self-concept is the key to manifesting everything. Huh? What are you fucking talking about? Okay, so you have a shitty self-concept, but somehow, your self-concept wasn't a problem that your SP was attracted to you. Somehow you didn't have a shitty self-concept when you met your SP. Somehow you didn't have a shitty self-concept when you were with your ex. And you didn't have a shitty self-concept either when you met your other ex, and when you met your other ex, and when you met your other ex. You know what I'm saying? So, and you didn't have a shitty self-concept when you went to go apply, when you went to that job interview that you got, did you? No, but somehow your self-concept is shit. What are you talking about? You don't have a crappy self-concept. Your self-concept is just fine. It's stellar, actually. It's stellar, actually. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have to remember. That's what you have to remember. You know what I mean? Okay? Do you know what I mean? So you need to stop telling yourself you have a shitty self-concept and start telling yourself that you have an amazing self-concept, because you fucking do. Because you do. Because he's still clingy, bitch. That's why, Lisa. That's why. So toot your own fucking horn. Like I said, dude, stop saying you have a shitty self-concept. I've never seen that so many times. I've never seen that said more times in my entire fucking life than in the manifestation community. Because that's that trash on the internet. That's that bullshit on the internet. Everybody trying to make a name for themselves, and they're like, they want to act like self-concept is the key. No. I know a lot of people that have a great self-concept and they're broke as fuck. They got a great self-concept and yet they're single as a Pringle. They got a great self-concept and yet they get ghosted left and right. The fuck does that have anything to do with anything? It doesn't. So don't let anybody tell you that you have a shitty self-concept, because you know what, you got to look at them and be like, and you're a shitty human being. I said it. Do you think I give a shit? Nope. Nope, because there's a lot of people out there doing that. Should you work on yourself? Yes, you need to evolve as a person. But it's I'm going to tell you for the 10,000th time, it's a self-love thing that you need to work on. It is not a self-concept thing. Okay? You can have a great self-concept and still not get anything you've ever wanted. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's not a self-concept thing. It is a self-love thing. You need to love yourself. You should not love yourself if someone loves you. And if that's the case, well, then just know that you have a family. They all love you. And if you don't have a family that loves you, well, your besties love you. Your friends love you. It is a self-love thing, because you need to love yourself. You need to see yourself as perfect enough for everybody, for society in general. I am fucking perfect. And I absolutely love myself. I love myself more than anything. Because so will they. So will they. But you need to love yourself. Okay? Oaksky dokesky. Now, let's check it out. Nicole, how do you get movement? That's right, best creator, because you need to get back in touch with yourselves, right? That's why I always tell you that, is that sometimes we get lost in relationships and we lose ourselves, right? Is we lose our identities, shift to be in our relationship. It creates insecurities within you. But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. If you loved yourself, none of that would be an issue. You wouldn't have insecurities within yourself. You wouldn't have shitty identities if you loved yourself. So instead of people saying, I am loved, you know, the people that are like, I am people, the I am people, which I'll tell you for the 10,000th time, it's called an identity. Okay. I don't know. It's this I am shit. It's called an identity. And they only tell you about the I ams, but what about the I am nots? And they'll be like, you should say, I am loved. By who? Thanks, Tyrese. I am loved by who? No, that's not a good identity to have. Because saying I am loved is like, I don't love myself, so I'm loved by somebody. What? No, you need to love yourself. I am perfect. It's the only identity you need. Perfection. Okay? Because that's how that works. When you love yourself, oh yeah, things change. All of a sudden weight starts coming off. If you want to lose weight, that's just it. Shit just starts coming off. All of a sudden you start to take better care of yourself. Okay? You start to do all these different things. People start to treat you differently. All of this stuff happens naturally. Naturally. I'm telling you, before when I wanted to lose weight, I would get out of bed. I literally, every time I went out of the house, I looked like I rolled out of bed. My hair was thrown up, no makeup on, nothing. Like, I didn't wear makeup unless I like went somewhere to like eat. And usually it was like a business event. It was the only time I ever put makeup on. I would like walk around like one hot ass fucking mess. And I was like, you know what? I should probably start taking care of myself. The only thing that was done were my nails and my toes. Yeah, my nail lady, actually, she saw my transformation. She tells everybody, she's like, no, when I first met her, she's like, she's a whole different person. Yeah. But that was the only thing I was ever taken care of. Then I started doing my hair every day, brushing my hair. I don't do my hair, let's not pretend. I started putting on my makeup. I started putting on, clothes instead of wearing pajamas all day, right? I started taking care of myself. That's one way that you get the love back for yourself, when you start taking care of yourself. Okay? Please make that a priority. Please make that a priority. How do you get movement, Nikhil? Well, you need to start seeing your SP as perfect for you. Okay. You need to forget who they were at the breakup because you caused it. So you need to start seeing them as different than how you've been seeing them. Seeing them in only a positive light, as a good human being, as perfect for you. That's how you start to get movement. Plus, you need to put yourself on that pedestal. And the only way you put yourself on that pedestal is by getting that love back for yourself. Okay, by taking care of yourself. Okay, coming from a place of, you want to be with your boyfriend, but I don't need to, right? I don't need to be in a relationship. I want to be back with my boyfriend, but I don't need that. Okay, that's putting yourself on that pedestal because that's who they were attracted to. And then you manifest back in steps. So you need to control your inner conversations. So, because you're having them all day long anyway. So you cannot affirm and then go against your affirmations by not controlling your inner conversations that are currently pointing out no movement and what's currently not in your 3D. Okay, that goes against what you're affirming for. So you would affirm back in steps. My affirmations that I used were, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Okay, that was the affirmations I used. And then I would control my inner conversations all about positive, in alignment. Because your affirmations and your inner conversations, what you want and your inner conversations need to be in alignment. They can't be opposite. You can't want to be with your boyfriend, but you're going to just bitch about him all fucking day in your mind about everything that he's not doing and how he's not talking to me, he's not contacting me, and it's been 8 weeks since we last spoke. You can't do that. You can't do that. So that's why I try to change what you guys are saying in your inner conversations by pointing out things that you're unaware of because you're thinking, well, I've been in no contact for 7 months, for 15 months. I've been in, we last spoke. I mean, you guys know the fucking date. I don't, I only know the date because it was the day after my birthday. But you're like, we last spoke on April 14th. Like you got a fucking star on the calendar. Last spoken. And so you guys will know. And you're saying that. And then every day you're saying you're not in contact. He hasn't contacted me yet. No movement still. Right? So you can't do that. Okay, which is why I try to point out the fact that I don't know what you're talking about. You may have not verbally spoken to your SP since the breakup, but you've been talking to him the entire time. You've been talking to them the entire time. You've been talking to them ever since you met him. All day, every day. In your mind. Thought transmission, which is what caused the breakup. You didn't verbalize it, did you? No. But you thought about it. You thought against what you wanted. And boom, the breakup. Why? Because you gave him the idea. Every one of you gave your SPs the idea to leave your ass. Call it what you want. But that's exactly what you did. That's exactly what you did. Every time you questioned how they felt about you, if they wanted to be with you, where this relationship was headed, are we in a relationship? Are they going to break up with me? Are they going to leave me? We're not in a good place. They have totally changed. They are not the same person. He heard it all. He heard it all. And then the breakup. Because all you did was give them the ideas. So, if you can give them the idea to leave your ass, don't you think you can do the same thing? Because you didn't affirm for that. You didn't affirm for that. So don't you think that you can do the same thing and give them the idea to come back home to mama or papa? Yes, you can. It's no different of a task. But up until now, all you've been doing is bitching, complaining. How they're not contacting you. They're not talking to me. We last spoke on Friday and he's just not talking to me. That's all you've been talking about. So therefore, your subconscious mind's like, yes, you're right. Therefore, you're giving him the idea, I don't want to talk to her. I don't need to talk to her. I don't want to talk to her. Yep, another day I don't want to talk to her. Yep, still don't want to talk to her. Yep, still don't want anything to do with her. That's all you're giving them. That idea. Over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. You are giving them the idea to not talk to you in the 3D. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? When you can give them if you can give them the whole ass idea to break up with you, why can't you give them the whole ass idea to come on home, bitch? Yeah. Let me tell you what your shit's going to be. Thanks, Rob. You're coming home. Don't worry, honey. Don't worry. I still sleep on my side of the bed because I'm going to keep this side right and tight because you're coming home. Yeah, we're getting back together. Period. Just like I thought you were going to leave my ass and you did. Well, now allow me to reverse that and tell you now that we're getting back together right now. Same concept. Same fucking concept. So the sooner you can get on board with that shit, sooner they can come home. Sooner they can contact you. Why do you think they contacted you all the time beginning? Because you didn't question it. You didn't be like, am I going to hear from him today? He hasn't contacted me today. Why hasn't he contacted me today? Am I blocked? Who the fuck checks to see if they're blocked? Let's be frank. And I know you didn't check to see if you're blocked. You checked to go on his profile and found no profile. And then you guys lost your fucking shit. Oh my God, the world is coming to an end because I've been blocked. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? Because you know what? There's always movement behind the scenes. Always movement behind the scenes. Always. Always movement. Right now, 100% of you are getting movement. 100% of you are getting movement. Right now. Every one of you are. Not the people on the other fucking lives, but on my lives, yeah. My people, 100%, 100% of you are getting movement right now. It just hasn't pushed out in your 3Ds. I don't know what your panties are in a fucking bunch for. I don't understand why you're whining. I don't understand why you're checking the 3D. Let me tell you for the millionth time, you don't need to check the 3D because you will automatically get the confirmation. No checking needed. There's nothing to check. There's nothing to check. And if you're going to check, then fucking banish gutter trash while you're at it. What's wrong with you? Nadine. Huh? Nadine? How many times I gotta tell your ass this? If you're gonna check and there's gutter trash, right? And you're gonna check their social media, then what you should be doing is before you even click the Instagram button or the TikTok icon or the Facebook icon, what you should be doing is saying, he fucking hates her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. He fucking hates her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. He fucking hates her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. He fucking hates her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. The entire time of checking. That's what you should do. Because you're thinking thoughts while you're on the profile any fucking way. You may as well control the shit. And you may as well banish gutter trash away. Kill two birds with one stone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, good Lord. Good Lord. All right. This is what I don't get. Like, I manifesting the worst times, like credit, job, money. King of Me, my SP, came by last night to give her kid something. To give her kid something I like. Oh. Look at him trying to get your attention. Of course he is. Of course he came by. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Keep that movement going, King of Me. Snaps for King of Me. Snaps for King of Me. I love that. I love that. Something you like. Key word. And I love how you flip that because you're like, yes, it's absolutely something I like. And why wouldn't she come back? See you tonight again, honey. Yes, I'll see you again tonight. That's how this works. That's how this works. I'm unbothered. Money issues. So why am I worried about this shit not working? I don't understand. I don't know, best creator. I don't know. I don't understand why any of you got your panties in a fucking bunch because you've manifested everything perfectly in your life. You have manifested everything perfectly in your life. You perfectly manifested your breakup. You got exactly what you wanted. You don't think you got what you wanted, but it played its part perfect. It played out perfectly. You got exactly what you wanted. You just weren't aware that that's not what you actually wanted. You just weren't aware that that's what you guys have to understand. That's what you have to understand is, yes, poor temps. I saw them. I haven't opened them yet. Okay. But that's what you have to understand. You're right, darling Nikki. She said, you get movement by persisting. Yes, you need to all persist. I don't quit. I don't fold. I don't give up for shit. Okay? I don't give up for nothing. Okay? You have to understand that. Okay? So, if you can manifest your breakup perfect, then why can't you manifest the makeup perfect? It's no different of a concept. No different of a concept. You didn't try to do that, did you? Nope, you sure didn't. So why you trying hard now? You don't need to. You don't need to. But that's the problem. And that's what you have to understand is this is why you must do something different. Because you, it's like, okay, it's not fucking rocket science to know I've done nothing but bitch about my SP in my fucking mind and complain about my SP in my mind, question our relationship status in my fucking mind, question their feelings in my mind. I did all of that towards the end of my relationship and ended in a breakup. So why are you continuing to do the same thing again, expecting for what? The makeup? You saw where that got you. You saw exactly where that got you. To the breakup. So if you're going to continue to bitch about them, complain about them, and all of this stuff now and react and all of this in your mind and all of this now, you think they're going to come back? You think you're going to manifest the makeup that way? No, because that's exactly how you manifested the breakup. So if you want the opposite, then you need to do the opposite and stop bitching about them and start raving about them. Start raving about how amazing of a relationship you have. Start getting clear in your mind exactly how they feel about you. Stop questioning all that crap because you did nothing but question at the end of your relationship and therefore, boom, the breakup. So if you want the makeup, you need to do the opposite. It shouldn't be hard because you guys know this is logic, okay? This is logically speaking. Okay, yeah, I did that and yeah, and now we're no contact and he broke up with me and now I'm blocked on everything because that's exactly what I did. So maybe I should not do that anymore. Maybe I should knock that shit off. And maybe I should start thinking the opposite. Duh. Sherry, can you describe the difference between self-love and self-concept? They kind of sound the same. They are kind of the same, but not the same. So when you work on self-love, getting that love back for yourself, your self-concept improves, self-confidence improves, self-respect, self-worth, all the selves, they all improve. But the hierarchy of the self-change is self-love, loving yourself, knowing who you are is enough. Knowing that I love myself regardless if I'm in a relationship or not. My relationship does not define if I feel loved. I feel loved regardless. I am love. Right? Like I love myself. Okay. This is where self-love people would leave domestic violence situations if they loved themselves. Because they would love themselves enough to know that they deserve better than that. And they'd walk away. Okay. And yes, I can talk about domestic violence because I was in one. Okay. If you love yourself, you're fine on your own. Okay. I'm not saying walk away from your SP because I would never recommend that because that's not what I would do. I'm going to get my man. Okay. But if you loved yourself, you wouldn't be crying on the couch 24/7, all the time. You wouldn't be crapping all over yourself if you loved yourself, right? If you loved yourself, you'd pick yourself up and you'd push forward and persist instead of quitting and giving up and being like, it's not working, all of that stuff. And you'll know because when I said, like, you could say, I love myself. Do a gut check when you say that. How does your gut, it's that gut instinct. Because that's exactly what happened to me. Okay. I had always loved myself. I've always been that person. But I didn't realize that I had lost the love for myself until someone asked me, when did you stop loving yourself? And I said, right away. Like, I didn't even stop. I was actually offended at first. And I was like, what are you talking about? I've always loved myself. But when I said it, there was like some kind of feeling in my gut. I can't describe it, but it was some kind of feeling in my gut that told me, oh shit, you don't love yourself. You lost that love for yourself. And I just started crying. And I was like, I had no idea that I had lost the love for myself. Which is why I wasn't taking care of myself, which is why I wasn't doing certain things. I had no idea. So then I said, I need to get that love. I'm not dating again. I'm not doing anything until I can get that love back for myself. Okay, what I'm saying? Because when you get that love back for yourself, then things change. You're like, yes, I love myself, and I love myself enough to be okay. Like, I'm going to be okay regardless. Like, regardless of what happens in life, I'm going to be okay because I love myself. Right? So that's very different versus I only love myself if I'm with my SP. Huh? What? Right? Or you only feel loved if people show you love. That's a problem. Okay? That's a problem. Okay, so we don't want that. We don't want that. Versus self-concept. Self-concept is where you're looking at, self-concept is where it's like, yeah, I think I'm a bad bitch, right? Like, I have confidence, basically, in myself. That's not the same. It's not the same as loving yourself. Okay, so self-concept is where people will work on self-concept and tell themselves, like, I am amazing, I am worthy, I am loved, I am this, I am that. And they're working on self-concept. I am respected, all of that crap. But you wouldn't need to do that if you loved yourself. You would know all of that. You would know all of that, right? Everything elevates with you. So when I found the love, when I worked on myself and I got the love back for myself, then everything changed. The weight started coming off, right? All of that changed. I know, James, yesterday we were saying that you should put your bunny pictures in the group again, because we were talking about, my friend has a, what do we call it? A Flemish giant called Sir Marshall Montgomery. Yes, Nadine. Yes, because you think they're fucking stupid. They can see that you're stalking their profile. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Okay? Stop doing that. Okay? Do you because that's not going to help you. Right? It's not helping you by doing that and putting your focus on her, because when you keep putting your focus on her, and sometimes they will. Yeah, they'll try to play the game, try to play the game on their social media profile to trigger you. But like I was telling another client, the only reason they do that, the only reason they come for you is because they can't get to your SP. This is why they come for you. They come for you because they know how your SP feels about you. They probably argue a lot about you. And so they know that they can't change his mind. They can't change how he feels about you, how your SP feels about you. So they will come for you and try, like, they'll be like, okay, fine. If I can't get you to get over her or him, then I'll come for you, because maybe I can get you to leave him alone. See what I'm saying? Because it's not working the other way around for them. So that's why they come for you. It's the only reason they come for you. Why would they waste their time? They only come for you because they know, and they probably argue often about you to your SP. And they know this. They know his feelings haven't changed for you. They know he loves you. They know he cares about you. They argue about you all the time. And they know that isn't changing. They've tried. Force a 3D. It ain't working. So then they say, fine, I'll go to her instead. So therefore, maybe she'll get pissed off. I'll make some shit up, right? Because that's what they do. I'll make some shit up I'll post old pictures, whatever, and I'll make some shit up. So therefore, maybe I can get her to walk away. It's exactly what they do. Why else wouldn't they? Why else would they waste their time? You know what I mean? Mima, you want to hear something funny, Mima, actually? When I was putting on my shirt today, I literally said, I wonder if anyone's going to manifest that I wear a blue shirt today. And then here you are. I love you, Mima. Thanks, Sonia. Okay, Jocelyn, hold your questions because I got a shit ton and we got to do this exercise, okay? Jocelyn, do you manifest in future or present tense? Present tense only. There is no future because everything is the point of now, right? It's like, yeah, we make plans for the future, but when that date comes, it's now. You know what I'm saying? So like 1 minute from now is now when you get there, right? Tomorrow, when you wake up tomorrow, what is it? Today. You know what I'm saying? So there is no future. So therefore, we manifest in present tense because there's no future. So and because that is also implying that it's not here. Okay, that's not happening yet because it's in the future. So instead, it's like saying tomorrow. Well, there's always a tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't work. Okay, there's always that's an NLP thing. Is when you say like, well, next month, there's always a next month. Okay, tomorrow, there's always a tomorrow. So that's not specific. Okay, that's where goal setting gets people fucked up. Or when they say things. So it'd all be present tense, as if it's happening now. So sometimes, like when I'll say he'll do anything to be with me right now, right? So it's present tense, and it's a matter of fact thing. Or I'll have people say, we're getting back together right now. Okay. So it takes it to present tense instead of, it's an assurity, a certainty, but takes it into present tense so that it's not like we're getting back together. Okay. When? Next year. 5 years from now, 35 years from now. No. So when we do the photo method, that is going to be, I'm going to tell you what you're going to tell your SPs outside of the photo method. Maybe? Yeah. So outside of the photo method, because we run the photo method the same, but I'm going to but you have to stick around because after the photo method, I'm going to give you a task that you're going to say to your SPs. It could be 30 seconds. Okay. It's not like, you don't have to sit there for like an hour or 5 minutes. But can literally be like 30 seconds. And you're going to tell them something today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, we are. Really, James? I would not have guessed I wouldn't have guessed that you're 48. You're looking good for 48, my friend. I mean, we always do, you know what I'm saying? Because we only get older by age, never by looks. All right. Okay. No. Hey, you know what? We age like fine wine, baby. When people try to come for your age, I laugh. I'm like, well, don't be a hater because I look good at this age. I don't know what the fuck you want me to say about that. You know you're going to be at this age too, eventually. But you won't look like me. Hot. Yes, absolutely, King of Me. I would continue to think thoughts of her coming around. And you can go deeper. There's no difference. There's no difference. There's no like, Your subconscious mind is going to be like, wait a minute, you're having inner conversations about them coming around, but then you're also having inner conversations about how y'all back together. Which one is it exactly? No, it's not going to do that. You can never contradict yourself in what you're saying unless you're letting it run on autopilot and saying the opposite. But even if you were like, because like in my rampage, right? My rampage would be like all the shit. You know what I'm saying? It would be like all the things. And so therefore, and Bubba, what do you mean? What did King of Me do? What I said? There's always never a like cutoff thing, if you will. So, I don't know why it pops up and then goes away. Okay. There's never, so like when I was manifesting back in steps, right? That my last step would be like, he'll do anything to be with me right now. But in my rampage, I was all the way to the fucking end, okay? Where I would say my main core affirmations, but then I'd get into specifics and then I'd add other things, future tense. So it would be something like, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He texts me good morning every single day. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be in a relationship with me right now. I'm the love of his life. He wants to live with me. He wants to marry me. He cannot imagine his life without me in it. He wants to be with me forever. Right? So even though I'm saying that he'll do anything to be with me right now, I'm still talking about how he wants to live with me. He wants to marry me. He wants to be with me forever. Okay. See what I'm saying? So those things, and does that play out in the 3D? Yes. Does it continue to play out in my 3D? 1000%. Do I need to talk about, I'm telling you, I save a lot of breath. Do I need to talk about it to him? Nope. Not for what? I don't need to talk to him about it because now, do we talk about it? Yes. But I don't have to talk about it. He brings it up. Okay, so I'm saying he'll say certain things. He'll say certain things that allude to being together forever. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. When they'll talk about like your future together. Oh, that's what I would always say too. He's constantly talking about our future. That was part of my rampage. And so he does. He does. Like, they'll say certain, like your SP may say certain things like, yeah, years from now, like, well, when your kids are grown, right? Well, obviously that's future tense. That's future tense, right? It doesn't take rocket scientists to be like, okay, well, my kid is 7, bitch. Or talking about, different things that are in the future with you. And usually they'll say things like I said, years, or anything like that. Yes, Alicia, EFT tapping does work to calm you down. Yeah, to calm you down and to shift you into a state. Okay. It can shift you. It does work well. Maybe I'll make a video about that. I'll make you a EFT tapping video. Excuse me. Let me write my notes. EFT. All right, so I'll make a video actually for you guys that will give you guys an EFT tapping. It's a very simple shit. EFT tapping for your SPs. I'll drip them out. So it'll be like EFT tapping for SPs. Then it'll be EFT tapping for self-love. And for all of you that insist you need to work on self-concept, I'll throw one in there too for self-concept. How about that? Okay. And then we'll do money, all those things, because who the fuck doesn't want money? You know what I mean? All of those. But it does help. In case you don't know what EFT tapping is, it's things like this. You're saying an affirmation, if you will, while you're tapping. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you're saying an affirmation while tapping. used to hurt me when I did it because I have nails. I'd be like, ow. But yeah, but it is effective. It is effective. My SP texted asking about returning his clothes. Should I reply? Uh yeah. I mean, yeah, you could reply, Gabrielle. Just be like, well, let me, I have to take a look. I got a really busy week. So keep it short and simple. Short and simple. Short and casual. Okay. About it. But persist forward no matter what. Persist forward. Okay. Tail feather. What do you mean? Okay. Here's the thing. Well, I guess now you're going to have to tell something for him to get over your age. Okay. So you would just be like, no, he thinks I'm hot for my age. Like I'm literally, he prefers older women. Actually, he loves my age. He doesn't have a problem with my age at all. Like what problem? No, he loves my age. Age is nothing but a number and he don't care. Okay. Here's the thing, tail feather. He didn't care about your age to begin with because with the exception of one person with the exception of one client I have, she knows who the fuck she is. With the exception of her, most people don't lie about their age. So you weren't on a dating website, and I know why she's not saying her age, but you don't go on a dating app or on TikTok, right? And just unless you're a child, and just make up an age, right? The only time you did that is when you needed something and you knew you needed to be 21. Then you made up your age. Like my brother. When he was younger and I went to go open up the door and there was a whole ass hooker on my porch with her. And it looked like it was just her at first. And she's like, is Jeffrey there? And I was like, excuse me? I was like, he's 14. Which was true. And I closed the door. And then there was another knock, knock, knock. And I'm like, what part of he's 14 don't you understand? And then around the corner comes her security. Her security guard. And he was like, if we come back here, everything in this home, we're taking. I was like, well, I guess. And then you can go to jail for it if that's your pleasure. I was like, but just because you don't check their fucking age, that's a you problem. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem, bruh. Close the door. So unless you're like him, you don't do that. You were upfront about your age. He didn't care. Just kind of like all of you that have think that long distance is a thing. It's not. You didn't lie and you weren't like, hey, yeah, I live in the UK because that's where they live. And then you're like, just kidding, bitch, live in Florida, right? You didn't meet him and you were like, I'm 18. And then you're like, just kidding, 45. So age never mattered. Age never mattered. But what happened is somebody may have commented about either one, a couple things happened. One, you created, because you're the one that created this problem. Okay. One, you started thinking, does he care? Does my age have something to do with this? Does my age have, maybe he thinks I'm too old for him or too young for him or whatever. Right. And then that's one thing. Second thing that could have happened is somebody made a comment about your age. Okay. Maybe to your SP. And then it got all in your fucking head, even though your SP actually didn't care about it. So because you started questioning if age was a problem, he had to confirm that age was a problem. So just do exactly what you did, thinking age was a problem, and the opposite. Tell yourself the opposite. No, actually, he loves my age. He loves my age, and he's constantly complimenting me. Okay, Nunaya. If you have the person, but they are rather distant, you need to change how you're viewing them. Okay, how you're seeing them. If you keep seeing them as distant, guess what they are going to be? Distant. Okay, so you can't do that. Instead, you want to see them as not distant, as wanting to talk to you all the time. Okay, things like that. You need to see him as that. Okay, because when you need to see him as the opposite. The more you think he's distant, the more he must be distant. The more you complain about your lack of, or him being not like communicative, spending time together, talking about his feelings, all that shit, then you have a problem because he has to continue to be that way. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Danielle. Okay. And real quick, Yara, what if my heart feels heavy can affect the results? No. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. Okay? Okay. Well, that's good, Anne. That's good, girlfriend, because we got this shit. Okay? The only movement I get is once weekly text about logistical shit. After we broke up. So there's a member of ours, Terry. There's a member of ours, Terry, that when we first met, that's exactly what she was only getting, logistical shit. By email, actually. It was only, she would only hear from him about logistical crap, and so forth. Okay? Spaz, knock it off. I would never abandon you. I'll be in there today. You know what I'm saying? So, that's the only reason, but so that was her story. But now they FaceTime. They talk all the time. All the time. As long as she keeps her thoughts in fucking check. They usually talk all the time. Okay? Things like that. Because she started, and she said the same thing I always tell you guys, is that's this is when she met me. And she basically hijacked my live when I first met her. And it was only because she was asking a lot of questions because she was in a rough place emotionally. And so I was coaching her like literally on my live, and finally got her to realize, and this is when everything changed for her, is when I finally got her to realize you have to see him differently. You have to see him differently. And that's what she said. She goes, when I started seeing him differently, then those texts started changing. Okay, those texts started changing. Okay, and so that's what you got to do. Okie dokes. Okie dokie. What up, son? I know. It's fucking loud. And I watched a crow. I don't even know why I was watching, to be quite frank, because it was making me nauseous. But I kept watching. It was weird. I was on a coaching call, and I was just looking at this crow eating what I'm assuming was not trash. Because he was like pulling things out. Like, I was like, it looked like pulling out strings of, we won't get into that. It looked like he was pulling out worms, but pulling out worms of what? From what? It looked like a rat. And I was just like, And then I had enough, and I was like, okay, I gotta look away. I have to look away. Alrighty. So, get in a nice comfy place. In case you are new here, I am your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption and everything else to work in your favor. So click that follow button, click that subscribe button wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me, thanks, CC girlfriend. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, All links are in my bio or description. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific. Oh, and I have a WhatsApp group, text coaching, a whole bundle pack, which includes all of it. Guided meditations, hypnosis, audios, all those things. Okay. I am the low price leader in the coaching space. And that is because I want to help as many people manifest their SPs back. I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you all do the same. All right. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't even trip. I put them on the tube of the U. So while you're there, subscribe, watch the replays, implement what I teach you so that, you can, get your shit. Look at that. Manifested a free phone call. A free phone today. Oh, a free phone today, bitch. What? Completely free. What? It'd be like $1,000 saved. The phone prices these days. And a free cup of coffee. What? Steps for Dana. Steps for Dana. Steps for Dana. See how easy that is? Just as easy as you can do that, you can manifest your SP. Alrighty. Now that you guys are in a nice comfy place, we're going to cut the energy cord. Okay. Since today we are talking about self-love, we are going to cut the cord with your former self. Okay. We're going to cut the cord with your former self. Let your former self come to you. Okay. So the way that this works is you're going to see a version of yourself. It could be you at this age. It could be a younger version of you. It could be a teenager. It could be you as a child. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But we're going to cut the cord with yourself today. Okay. So that you can, feel better, for Christ's sakes. Feel better. How about that? Okay. That's right, Anne. We got you. Okay. So we need to, I need you guys to feel better, about yourselves. Okay. So we're going to cut the cord with ourselves by forgiving ourselves for all the shit in our life. Okay. Alrighty. So now I want you to close your eyes and I want you to take a couple deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth, relaxing your body, releasing the tension, releasing all the tension. Just let it go for a minute. Now I want you to imagine that you're in a giant amphitheater. It's dark outside. There's no one there but you. And you're sitting in the middle of this theater. And in front of you, there's a giant stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that runs from the ceiling down to the center of the stage. Now, I want you to focus your attention on that stage light for just a moment. And as you focus on that stage light, you start to realize that you're actually not alone. In fact, you notice that off in the distance, in the back of the stage, out of the light, there's a dark, shadowy figure. And as you start to shift your attention to the dark, shadowy figure, you start to realize that that person is actually a different version of you. Now I want you to say your name and ask your former self to come into the light. Now, as your former self steps into the light, you start to notice your facial features, your physical features, and you also notice a gold cord that runs from the center of your third eye directly into your former self's third eye. Now, I want you to look at your former self. And I want you to ask these two questions. And I want you to hear yourself respond. I want you to ask your former self right now, do you support me? Hear yourself tell you yes. Now ask yourself, do you love me? Hear yourself tell you yes. Now I want you to look at your former self, right in your eyes. And I want you to say these 4 phrases. This time, you're not going to hear yourself respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at yourself right now and say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if they're a pair of scissors, and I want you to cut the gold cord that runs directly from your third eye, leaving the gold cord intact with your former self. And as the gold cord begins to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand, and I want you to pull the roots of that gold cord out of your third eye and just toss them aside. And as the gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your former self starts to float away like a giant balloon. And it gets farther and farther, and you get smaller and smaller. And you get farther and farther, and you get smaller and smaller. And you get farther and farther and smaller and smaller until you just disappear. Now I want you to take 1 deep breath in and out and open your eyes. Now just feel the energy, all the negative energy, just feel it like a weight has been lifted off of you, okay? And snaps for Susan. Snaps for Susan. Snaps for Susan. She's like trying to focus and SP is texting. That's bad. It's not a bad problem to have. Yes, and usually it is. Usually it is. All right, so now that we cut that energy cord with yourself, now let's get some contact from your SPs, shall we? Before I answer your ridiculous question, bitch. Okay? Now, get your SP's photos out. And we're going to take a trip down memory lane for just a second. Okay? I want you to go all the way back now to the beginning of your relationship before you met your SP. And I need you to really remember who you were. Remember who you were. The confident person that was just living their life on your terms, doing whatever you wanted to do, right? You had a confidence and a surety about yourself. You knew who you were. You were single as a Pringle, so your relationship did not define you. No relationship defined you. You were a strong person, a healed person. Somebody who was totally fine. Maybe when you met your SP, sure, maybe you wanted to be with your SP, but you certainly didn't need to be with your SP because you knew who you were. You knew who you were. And because you knew who you were, your SP was attracted to you, desired you, pursued you, chased you, because you were on that pedestal, because you were not defined by any person. You were that person. And you must become that person again, because that version of you, your SP, was attracted to, wanted to date, saw a future with, was always calling and texting you, could not wait to get off of work so that he can come spend time with you. That version of you is who your SP had feelings for, and they grew. That version of yourself is who your SP fell in love with. You need to go back to that version of yourself and remind yourself of who you are. Because the reality is, even though your SP changed and was not the same person in the beginning of your relationship that they were at the end, either were you, bitch. You also changed. In the beginning of your relationship, you didn't question anything. You did not question a damn thing. You knew who you were. There was nothing to question. There was nothing to check. You knew who you were. And you knew exactly how they felt about you. And because of that, your relationship escalated quickly. Because you didn't question anything. Towards the end of your relationship, you questioned everything. So go back to that version of you and do it now. Like you're putting on a whole new bodysuit. Like mama and daddy got a brand new fucking bang, bitch. Yeah, that is now who you are. Now, I want you to fast forward a little bit to when everything in your relationship was absolutely perfect. They were checking all the boxes. Like they were checking all the boxes. This was your perfect person. I want you to remember who they were for you. What kind of person were they for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? Why them? Why in the hell are you wanting to manifest your SP back and not just go get another one? What is it about them that makes them special for you? That makes you want to be with them again? Remind yourself of why them. Do that now. What is it about them? Forget who they were 30 seconds ago. That's no longer who they are for you. The only version that exists from this point moving forward is the version of you that you were in the beginning of your relationship and the version of your SP that they were when everything was perfect. Because that version of your SP, you didn't question anything. You did not wonder if you were going to hear from them today. You knew you would. You just knew you would. You heard they talked to you all the time. You weren't questioning if you were to hang out this weekend. You knew you would. And therefore they made plans. Therefore they initiated. When that version of your SP, you didn't question how they felt about you. Therefore they constantly told you how they felt about you. They constantly confirmed. That version of your SP, you also fell in love with. So in order for you to reconnect and to get back together with your SP is you must become those versions again. You must select those versions again. The version of you that your SP chased and desired and fell in love with. And the version of your SP that you never questioned how they felt about you. You just knew. That version of your SP that you just knew about all the things. That is who they are again for you. No other version exists except for those two. Because the fact is you have never not been in contact with your SP. You've been in contact this entire fucking time. This entire time, no contact does not exist. No contact in the 3D is the only thing that doesn't exist, that exists. No contact doesn't exist at all. You're always in contact. When you think about them, they think about you. When they think about you, you think about them. When you have random memories pop up, that's because they are recalling those memories. If you have random thoughts pop up, that is because they are recalling those memories. You're in constant communication with your SPs. So now we need to control the contact. What are we talking to them about all day long? Because your SP has looked at their phone constantly has checked their phone, has been wanting to text you. They have written text message after text message after text message, wanting to tell you everything you've been wanting to hear. They have looked at your contact every day, wanting to call you to reconcile. They have been stalking your social media like it is going out of style, looking to see what it is that you're doing. Okay, they have been looking in their phone and their gallery at your photos all the time. All the time. You think they deleted any of that shit? You are sadly fucking mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. I had a client that was floored that he had all their pictures still after he told her to go fuck himself. He still had all the pictures, and he said he looked at them all the time. That is your SP. So it's now time for you to let them contact you, for you to let them, because they have been wanting to press that send button, wanting to press that call button every day. You have not allowed them to, because you have been doing nothing but focusing on no contact, no text. They're not calling me. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. Why aren't they talking to me? That's all you've been focused on. That stops now. Because when you look at your SP in a positive light, as your perfect person, all of that goes away. All of that goes away. And then boom, contact. Boom, contact again. Boom, contact again. They can only show up how you think they can show up. So we are going to change that now. Okay? If you're new here, you're going to put on your crown. If you are not new here, you're going to straighten your crown. A lot of you need to straighten your shit right on up. So straighten your crown now. Because here we get what we want and we get it when we want it. When queens and kings give a command, do they sit there and question, wonder, worry, doubt, check to see if their command is? No. When queens and kings give commands, there's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. They just know. They just know. And therefore, it happens. It's done because they said so. And the minute they say so, it gets done. You are the queen and the king of your own reality. We don't wait for shit around here. We get what we want and we get it when we want it. So you're going to now get what you want. You're going to get what you want. And you're going to get it now. I want you right now, if you are alone, say it out loud. If you are not, because you're going to say it with a little fucking conviction this time. If you are not alone, say it in your mind so you don't look like a wacko. I want you right now to tell yourself, I absolutely know that they are contacting me. He or she is contacting me right now. I know this for a fact. They will contact me today. 100%. I know exactly how they feel about me. I know that they want a relationship with me. I know this without a doubt. And they're going to tell me everything that I want to hear. He's going to tell me, or she, everything that I want to hear. Say it with some conviction. Now, I do pause this live when you do this exercise so that I can go to the ladies' room. After that, though, I am going to when we come back from our brief break, I am going to go ahead and give you guys a task to do using the exact same photo method. Okay? And you're going to, do it. Okay? Okay. Now, if you are in no contact with your SP or you are in contact with your SP, but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to tell them to contact you. You're going to say, you can say contact, calling, texting. It doesn't fucking matter. So you're going to tell them, you're going to look at them dead ass in their fucking face. If you're angry, get angry. Okay? Say it with some authority. Like a queen and a king do. They don't talk like this, do they? No, they don't. So, and don't sit there and say you don't get angry because that's, you're lying to your fucking self. Okay? So you're going to tell them, you're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. Okay? If you are in consistent contact with your SP, then you can tell them they're texting you right now or you're coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. Okay? If you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, marriage ship, all the ships, then you can tell them they're contacting you right now. They're coming to see you today, or you can have fun with it. So you can tell them, you're bringing me flowers today. You're buying me dinner tonight. You're cooking me dinner tonight. You're giving me sexy time tonight. You're going to give me a massage tonight. You're going to rub my feet today. You're going to tell me everything I want to hear. Whatever it is that you want. Okay? Have fun with it. Give your commands and expect something different because you have been expecting the opposite of what you want. Because you're doing that because you think it protects you, but it doesn't. It blocks your manifestation. So we're not protecting our feelings anymore. We're wearing our crowns and we're going to tell them what to do. Do you understand? Because you're expecting something one way or another. Either you're expecting them to keep you blocked, not talk to you, not want to be with you, not contact you, have other things to fucking do, or you're going to expect them to contact you, want to be with you, tell you everything you want to hear. What's your pleasure? All right. So I got to pause this live now. So you have your crown on, give your command, and expect them to contact you. And we are back. So you're going to relax, and expect them to contact you. Expect something different. Expect different behavior from the one that you love. Okay? I mean, you do love them, so hello. Let's expect something different. Okay. Let's expect them to be the loving SP that you know that they can be for you. Okay? Period. I have the hiccups. You know, it's the biggest lie in history where they're like, when you have hiccups, that means you're growing. I was like, okay, if that's the case, everybody in the world would be 8 feet tall. So, let's address your question, bitch. How certain are y'all that manifestation is real? Well, you don't need to take a look at anybody but yourself. Okay? Take a look at your life. Take a look at your life. And ask yourself, what you think about it? Is that showing up in your reality what you're thinking about? Okay? So when you're thinking about, take a look at your bank account. Is that indicative of your thoughts? Yep, sure is. Okay? Take a look at your relationship or lack thereof. Is that also indicative of your thoughts? Yes, that is. Do I need to go on? Everything is indicative of your thoughts. Take a look at your body image. Is that indicative? Is it reflecting your thoughts about your body? Mm-hmm. So it's real. You've been manifesting your entire life. You just haven't been aware of it. Everything has been running on autopilot. You have not been aware of it. You've just been manifesting and manifesting and manifesting over and over and over again, all the shit you don't want. And a lot of you have manifested a lot of shit that you did want, like a job. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. And because you're manifesting either way, it's positive and negative. It's not just the negative shit. You've been manifesting your entire life. Your entire life. It's a confidence thing. All boils down to what you want to tell yourself. There's that. That's right, Susan. Manifesting that text, and she got the text, bitch. Yeah. So, Sarah Vander, which technique to use to manifest him in my life overnight? There's no technique. You don't want to work for her. You should not work for her. There's no technique to use other than to control your thoughts. If you want to manifest him into your life overnight, all manifestation's instant when you fucking start expecting something different from them, when you start just thinking differently and learning how to leverage how the subconscious mind works, learning how to leverage your thoughts and saying, okay, if my thoughts are pushing out and producing into my reality at all times, if that's the case, then I need to leverage my thoughts and control them and learn how to control them to get only what I want instead. So, because they're pushing out regardless. Your 3D is exactly how you want it to be. Let's be real. Your thoughts are your 3D, as much as you want to bitch about your 3D over and over and over again, I got news for you. But your 3D is exactly how you want it to be. It's exactly how you want it to be. Always. So while you're sitting there saying, I don't I don't want all this stuff or whatever. No, yes, you do. Yes, you do. Uh huh. Oh, no, there's no movement in the 3D. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. There is always movement. There's movement behind the scenes, and there's always movement in your 3D. Always. Always. It just isn't what you want. And the reason for that is because all you're doing is thinking against it. All you're doing is breathing life into the 3D, not being how you want it to be. And so therefore, it's exactly what's showing up over and over and over again. Over and over again. So it's perfectly curating. It's perfectly curating. So if you want something different, do something different. I told you I would tell you what to do with the photo method. Today, you have one task only, and I suggest you do this. Well, I gave you a task on working on self-love, okay, first and foremost. Get the love back for yourself. But also, I want you to look at their photo today, and I want you to say it with some conviction tonight before you go to bed. And I want you to look at their photo, and you're going to say this. We're getting back together right now. We're getting back together right now. We are getting back together right now. We're getting back together right now. That's what you're going to tell them. Like it's not an option. Sorry, this is not an option. It's not a fucking goddamn buffet. No, I am the option. This is how it's going to be. Okay. You guys need to get over this fact of, believing. Okay. And what I mean by that is there's only one thing you have to know. It's more like, look at it like dead believing and just know. Okay. Just know how this ends with me and SP together. That's all I need to know. That's all I needed to know. I was like, oh no, we're getting back together. Like, period. Period. Okay. So I didn't give anything another fucking option. There's nothing to think about. Why do I need to check the 3D? Why do I need to bitch and complain about what's not curating into my reality? Why do I need to do that when I know exactly how this fucking ends? Me and my SP together. Care to guess how it ended? With me and my SP together. Because I didn't give anything else an option. I wasn't looking around. Here's why I keep telling you guys. You guys keep saying there's no movement in the 3D. Well, why don't you start curating your own movement in the 3D? Why don't you start creating your own movement in the 3D? I don't mean forcing the 3D. I mean, why don't you start telling yourself something different? Like instead of there's no movement in the 3D, instead, what I'd be fucking telling myself is, because I told you guys, everything only had the meaning I wanted it to mean. I didn't give anything another option. Nope, because I cared about my feelings more than anything else. We'll start there. And so I created my own movement in the 3D. By what I told myself. Snaps to Nanny. Okay, so that's all that is create your own movement in the 3D. I told you, I couldn't tell if he was looking at my stories. I didn't even know how to tell that. It was fucking Jenna's bitch ass told me yesterday, you're like a young fossil. She's like, how did you not know this stuff? I don't know this stuff. I didn't channel my inner stalker. I should have. I had no idea if he was looking at my stories at all. But to me, I assumed he was. Yeah, he's looking at my stories. So I would put on a show. I would get dressed up. Take pictures like I'm going out on the town tonight. And then I'd take a couple pictures and I'd go right back in my bedroom, take off my makeup, pull back my hair, put on my pajamas, and put my little happy ass right on the couch and watch Netflix. Snaps to Devon. That's what I did. But according to my this is why I tell you guys, social media is not fucking real. Let me be living proof that social media is not real. That's what I would do. Oh, and then just to ensure I would, they're actually still pinned to my profile on Instagram. If you don't believe me. And then I would put them on my TikTok. I would put them on like as a post on my Instagram, just in case, because stories, they only stay up for 24 hours. But I assumed he was looking at all my shit, all the time. So therefore, that was movement for me. I got movement. In my mind, I got movement every fucking day. Every day I got movement because I just assumed he was looking at my shit. No proof of it at all. Didn't matter. I was the proof. I assumed he was checking me out every time I went to the pool. Why do you think I went there in December in the fucking misty rain? Granted, I was the only one out there. And then it would be like cold as fuck. And I'd be like under the, I'd have like the towel over me. But I assumed he was checking me out every fucking day. I created my own movement all the time. And then everything was a goddamn sign. Everything was a sign. 2 butterflies, sign. 1 butterfly, oh yeah, sign. But I gave the signs a meaning. Signs don't mean shit unless you give it a meaning. Okay, so I would be like, 1 butterfly, oh yeah, he's thinking about me right now. 2 butterflies, oh yeah, we get back together right now. Yeah, hell yeah. My manifestation's here. And I would tell myself that every time I saw them. Because what you're going to do is when you give something a meaning, when you pick a sign and you give it a meaning, what that does to your subconscious mind is it activates your RAS, reticular activator system, and it starts scanning your surroundings for more of that. So because of that, now what could have very much have been there the entire time is now being brought into your conscious awareness. So now you start to see them all the time. So then you're constantly seeing movement because now I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. And falcons, I think they're falcons. I'm pretty positive. I mean, I could just use Google Lens and solve my own fucking mystery. But a falcon, oh yeah. Whenever I saw one, because they were there all the time. Whenever I saw one, I was like, same thing. Oh yeah, he's thinking about me right now. Everything was he's thinking about me right now. And oh yeah, we're getting back together right now. Hell yeah. That's all the confirmation I needed. That was all the confirmation I needed. I had like 10 different signs of things that I saw all the fucking time. Every time I saw his model car, it wouldn't be his color because his color is like, it's not custom, but I feel like it's custom because I've never seen his color of the car. I was like, you couldn't have chosen black like, or white. But every time I saw his car, oh yeah, he come to see me. Yep, absolutely. So I saw movement every day. So why don't you try that out? Instead of bitching in your mind how you ain't see no movement in 3D, you'd see movement every day if you'd start assigning movement meanings to everything as movement. Yep, checking out my shit. Oh, look at him checking out my stuff. I had no proof of any of that shit. I had no proof of it, but I started controlling it. And then I would see certain things that would confirm in my mind. Of course, again, we were in no contact, so I didn't have any confirmation of this. But I was the confirmation. So I would start to say things like, oh yeah, every time I go to the pool, yeah, he opens up the blinds. He always opens up the blinds when I'm at the pool because he wants to check me out. I would even position my chair. Everyone knew which chair was mine. Yes, I was that person. I went out there at 9 a.m. to grab my chair. Everyone knew that's Jen's chair. Yes. Because I would position my chair in a way to make sure that he could see every facet of this. It did not matter whether he was in his room, he could still see me. If he was on his balcony, he could still see me. If he was walking down the fucking staircase, he could still see me. Yeah. Like, that's how I would seriously sit down. This is just how I am. I would literally sit down and lay back and then see if I could see the staircase. Yes. Okay, cool. And if I couldn't, then I'd push it up a little bit until I'd sit back down. That's what I did. And then do you know what would happen? When I would start to go to the pool, guess what would open up all of a sudden? His blinds. His blinds. Like I said a million times, he could have just been opening them up to get the fucking sunlight in his room, but not for me. I was like, see? Oh, I got this shit. Yeah, see? I gave it a meaning, and it would confirm over and over and over for me. And his blinds would start to open up every time I was at that pool. Every time. So stop saying you don't have fucking movement and start creating your own movement. How about that? Ooh, what a concept. What a concept that would be. Instead of, doing what you're doing, bitching about shit all the time. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? How long does it take to happen in the 3D? Alicia. It depends. It depends. If you discipline yourself, it could happen in an hour. It could happen in 5 hours. It could happen in 24 hours. Which is why oftentimes the negative stuff manifests quickly. Like you can manifest negative shit within like 10 minutes. Do you know why? Because you don't have any resistance to that. Okay. Manifestation pushes out into your 3D, the more you can lower the resistance. Okay. So if you because you'll lower the resistance, the more you discipline yourself. That's why my manifestation pushed out quickly. I started to get progress quickly because I didn't go against it. For what? For what? Like I said, I created my own movement. I saw movement every goddamn day. Yep. Every day. He was checking me out every day. According to me. Because that's what you do. That's what you do. And then you get confirmation of all of that. It could not have been what he was doing at first. But that's not what I told myself. And I got confirmation of that actually. Where he was just opening it up to get the sunlight in. But then he was like, but I'm not going to lie though. Then I started checking you out. Of course. Why? Because I assigned that meaning to it. So because I assigned that meaning to it, his thing for coming in, his reasoning pushed it out. Okay. So again, now all of a sudden he was doing that because I gave that meaning to it and he had to confirm. So he started doing that. That's how that works. So you may as well start pushing out what the fuck you want. Instead, you may as well be creating in your mind the movement. Oh yeah, Heather, let me send that shit to you. Send that to you right now. You write that down. Heather. Okay. Notes. So that's what I want you guys to do. Okay. Seriously, this week, it doesn't do any good if I put it back in the pile. Okay. So that's what I want you to do. This week, I want you to start creating your own movement. Assume right now that your SPs are looking at all your shit. Every post. You don't need to check. Okay? Because checking means you're not sure. You want to know. So for what? For what? You should just know. Why don't you just start telling yourself something different? Like, no, they check out all my shit. Because they have to push that out. Somehow they're going to get the idea to go on your page and start checking your stuff out, start looking at your stuff, because that's the meaning you're telling yourself. You're constantly telling yourself, no, this is what it is. This is what my shit is. This is what my shit is. This is what my shit is. Tell yourself that. Tell yourself that. Do you understand? Do you understand? So it's all you. So right now, everything is movement. Everything's fucking movement. Everything's a sign. Assign your signs. I don't care if you want to say every time I see a bird, that means he's thinking about me. And if I see two birds together, oh, fuck yeah. Every time I saw two of anything, it was, we're getting back together right now. Yes, this is my manifestation is here. Tell yourself that. Give a different meaning. Give a different meaning. Your manifestation is inevitable when you give it the meaning you want. They're always looking at my stuff. Yeah, they're thinking about me right now. Right now, they're in their phone. They look at pictures of me and him every single day in their phone. Every day in their phone. They're constantly looking at pictures of me. And for the ladies, for the fellas, be like, every time he looks at it, yeah, he's constantly looking at his picture of me because he's doing yeah. You know what I'm talking about, don't you, ladies? And tell yourself whatever you want, but what benefits you. It's what benefits you, because you want to tell yourself things that you are on their mind all the goddamn fucking time. If you think about somebody a lot, you don't think you're going to want to contact them? Would you want to contact them if you thought about them often? Yeah, you would. You're going to continue to contemplate, thinking about them and not contact them? No. Eventually, they're going to contact you. They're going to contact you quickly, very quickly, if you get out of your own fucking way. Have I ever failed a manifestation? Never. Never. Everything is a manifestation. That's what you don't understand. Okay? You can never fail at manifesting because everything is a manifestation in your entire life. So you can never fail at it. Okay? No one's ever failed at manifesting. Ever. Ever. What do you mean you're delaying healing? You need to delay healing. You delay healing by getting over it. Like, get over it. Yeah, James, every time you see a fucking bunny, every time you see a bunny, yeah, your manifestation here, yeah, honey coming home. Every time I see a bunny, she's thinking about me. Yeah, because you got a shit ton of bunnies. Okay, so you have to tell yourself this, okay? You have to tell yourself that. What if he rejected you 4 years ago? So, stop looking at him as rejecting you. Stop looking at him as rejecting you. Stop looking at it that way. Okay? They didn't reject you. You questioned their feelings for you, and he broke up with you, and now you feel rejected. No. You weren't rejected. Same with you, bitch. When you want to sit there and you want to say you're delaying healing. Healing from what? What do you need to heal from? Again, this is a self-love thing. Okay? That if you need to heal, for any of you that think you need to heal, this is a self-love thing. You don't need to heal for shit. Okay? This is a self-love thing, and this is a put yourself at cause thing. What's there to heal from? What's there to heal from? Because let's be honest, when the breakup happened, yeah, you cried, right? We all did, right? You cried, you were upset, devastated. Get over it. Get over it. All of you, get the fuck over it. Right now, get over it. You caused all of this. You're at cause for everything in your fucking life. You're at cause because there's one thing you're in control of, and that is your mind. And your mind is what's pushing everything out into your reality. So you caused it all. You selected asshole version over and over and over and over and over again. So there's nothing to heal from. There's nothing to heal from. Consider yourself healed. Okay? When you can see that you caused this and put yourself at cause, there's nothing to heal from. Instead, it's like, oh shit, okay, well, my bad. My bad. I'm going to get over it now so I can move forward. Because again, I'm going to tell you one more time. Your subconscious mind, this is how it works. When you put yourself at effect of SP, well, they did this to me. They said some awful things to me. They did this. They did that. They did this. You're one, in victim mentality mode, and two, you're living at the effect. When you live at the effect, your subconscious mind's like, well, no, we can't do anything about that because it's not our fault. Not our fault. What do you want us to do about it? There's no solution. There's no solution. Because you think it's not your fault. You're blaming them for fucking everything under the sun. Yeah, I mean, you guys blame them for everything. You blame them for hurting your feelings, for fuck's sake. Hurting your feelings? They're not responsible for those. They said something that you didn't like. You're the one that cried about it. You're the one that got upset about it, and you're blaming them for your feelings too? Come on. Come on. You blame them for everything. All you do is bitch, 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 bitch. And you're living at the effect. So your subconscious mind cannot find a solution because you don't think it's your problem. But when you put yourself at cause and you say, okay, when you put this shit on, and you put yourself in fucking cause, then now your subconscious mind goes, oh, well, we caused this. So now all your workers in your subconscious mind are like, well, fuck, we got to fix this shit. We need to find a solution. So now it gets to work. Now it gets to work. And now it starts looking for a solution to the problem. Because you have taken responsibility. It's putting you in the driver's seat of your own reality. It's putting you in the driver's seat of everything. So stop reacting, stop blaming people, stop being a victim, stop saying you need to heal, because if you need to heal, then you're victimizing yourself, and put yourself at cause so your subconscious mind can get to fucking work. Can get to work. Period. You wouldn't need to deal with any of this shit up in your feelings and stuff if you would just put yourself at cause. And be like, okay, well, now I can fix this shit. Now I can fix it. Because now I'm at cause. So there we go. Now let's fix it. Do you understand? So that's what you need to do. Get over it. Get the fuck over it. Get over it. And put yourself at cause. Now, because if not, they're not going to see a solution. This is in life in general. You need to get good at putting yourself at cause for things so you can get a solution. Because you'll start to get thoughts randomly in your head. Your workers in your subconscious mind will get to work. So get busy. Okay? I have to go because I have a coaching call with somebody you know who wants to actually get a fucking grip, who wants to get a grip, and actually wants to get their SP back. So I'm going to go and talk to them now. That's what I'm going to go to. Why simmer on down, okay? If you want me to manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, then all links are in my bio or the description below. Again, I manifested my SP back from no contact living with me in 4 weeks, and I'm here to help you do the same, okay? Our WhatsApp community is lit. There are oodles of, there's success stories. People are getting movement every fucking day if you do what I say. It's not that difficult. It's not a job, okay? It's not a lot of work. Just do what I say. Do you understand? Do you fucking understand? Okay? Okay. And all the things are in the description too. I go live every single day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, you can always hit the replay on the tube of the U. All right? Clearly, I'm not from the South. Although people say, are you from the South? I get that said all the time. I'm like, Southern California. It's about as South as I get. It's always my thing. And did you know, we have our own things around here. When I used to go to Vegas all the time, I knew automatically who was from SoCal. I didn't even need to ask them where they're from. We have our own slang here. We have our own way of talking here. And we got our own style here. We got our own style around here. I could always tell. Yeah. I'd always be like, where are you from in Southern California? They're like, how did you know? Because you're literally wearing famous Star and Stripes. Okay. You're wearing Vans, Converse. That's what we wear around here. We don't wear tennis shoes, like running shoes, unless you were going to the gym. I do, because I like to pretend like I'm going to the gym when I'm not. Yes. All right, besties. I love you. Get busy. All right. I love you, besties. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.